Okay, so some of design rules origin. There's transistors. If you want to construct a transistors, you can layer or overlap the polysilicon and the diffusion, poly and diffusion. But somehow, if you overlap it not in a correct order, not in correct order means that this overhang here, it has to be at least a minimum space. But somehow maybe you overlap the layout like this, then it will have this part is an error. Even though it is very small, but when you fabricate this, it will give a catastrophic error. And for unrelated poly and diffusion, if this is not overlapped, then it will not become a transistor, right? It is unrelated. This is poly and this is diffusion. You do not want this. And then maybe you overlap it very little, the polysilicons on the diffusion layer, so it become thinner diffusion here, but this one still working as a transistor but not as efficient as this. Okay, for this part, transistor layout, you see here the overhang here, at least it should have two dimension, 2 lambda dimension, and then diffusion and polysilicon should have at least one minimum size, and then the well here should have 5 in the gap should be 5 lambda, and the overhang on the downside here should have 3, and so on. So you should check DRC, design rule checker, every time you construct a layout. So yeah, so just follow so that you can avoid the error. And then there's also contact and VR rules. You know that contact can be from metal to P diffusion, metal to N diffusion, metal to poly, or metal 3 to metal 2, metal 5 to metal 4. So you have many contact layers. So for that, we also have a design rule checker, the minimum space that we need to observe and follow. The middle part here, the contact, you should have at least 0.3, and this part, just the side of that, all sides should be 0.14, and the contact, this is the metal contact and this is a diffusion, so it should be in the middle of the hole here so that you can do the contact, right? You do not want to have a misalign. Misalign means in a layout you have a spacing here, so when you do the next process of fabrication, maybe you will fill up this empty part here, so it will give a catastrophic error. You do not want this. Okay, so follow the DRC.